Hi everybody, I'm Len Friedman. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Wellness Living. Welcome to another edition of the CEO Tour. This is my favorite thing to do. And we're here today in Stouffville, Ontario. Stouffville is just a little bit east of Toronto, and we're visiting with the Knox Academy Yoga and Fitness Studio. We're gonna be talking to Gareth and Nikki, the husband and wife duo that started this amazing place. They've been long-standing Wellness Living customers, and today we're gonna hear their story. I'm gonna take a class, and we're gonna do some mat Pilates, so I'm super excited about that, because I wanna get warmed up, because it's getting a little bit cold out here. It's fall, but we're gonna go inside. We're gonna check it out. Let's go, come with me guys, let's do it. Hey everybody, so we have Nikki and Gareth, the Knox Academy Yoga and Fitness Studio, amazing place. You guys have like a really phenomenal story that I know that the audience is really gonna enjoy. You guys came all the way from the UK, right? And this was like an amazing journey, a fitness journey, and I guess, did fitness bring you together? Like, how did you guys first of all get together? And then how did you start the Knox Academy?
Yeah, fitness did actually bring us together. I was actually a manager at a gym chain in the UK, and this guy over here came in with his resume wanting to teach cycle classes, so I gave him a shot, and that was that.
And here we are, 15 years later, yeah.
That's amazing, that's amazing. And so what brought you to Canada? Like what kind of got you here?
For us, really, it was about opportunity. We were looking for just more chances to grow in our industry and also our own personal careers. But we knew as well, being a couple, that we wanted to look forward to perhaps having a family, right? And a life outside of the UK. The UK is wonderful, will always be our home, but it's small and it's crowded. And at that time, the industry in Canada was just starting to take off. It was fairly new here. So coming from the UK with great certifications, experience, we felt pretty confident that we could make a go of things here in Canada.
Awesome, awesome. And fitness, like what got you into fitness? Out of all the professions out there in the world, like fitness, what was it about fitness?
Definitely, we both have a kind of unique journey, but for me, it was very much I fell into it. Just came from a lifestyle and childhood of not being particularly healthy and looking after my body. So became a teenager, started to take care of my health, started going to the gym, got a job as a lifeguard at a hotel pool that had a gym and then free membership. So I got to work out and never really intended to stay in it, but as many of us do in the industry, took some certifications, which were, when I started, just 25 years ago, there wasn't really even certifications. Like it was very, very basic. So started working in the gym as a means to an end and, to get my free gym membership. And here I am 25 years later.
That's amazing,
yeah.
That's amazing. And Nikki, huh?
Yeah, I'm laughing because my story is very similar. I actually went to school for performing arts. So my goal was always to be, a dancer or a performer. And in between those contracts, I was like, well, what can I do? So I went to work at the gym. And just worked on the gym floor, offering services, cleaning, like just doing general dog's body stuff in the gym, didn't think much of it. And then I found that there was this beautiful sweet spot where I could apply some of my skills through dance and performance in the group fitness studio. And that, for me, then pushed my career forward in group fitness. And then, I'm much like you. I'm still here 20 plus years later because it just felt good. And there's lots of diversity in the fitness industry. So you get to try so many different things. And then that is what makes you a better, well-rounded fitness professional. Yeah,
amazing. And you mentioned it just feels good, right? Like fitness just feels, well, once you get into it and you kind of get that little taste and you get hooked, it becomes like a lifestyle for people. And you manage to take that, what you love doing, and converting that into a whole business, a career, and brought you guys together. So it's a really wonderful story. Yeah. And here, you guys built an amazing community here. Talk us through what started, how this came to be.
Of course. We originally started online as an online business during the pandemic. So we were one of those people that started a business during COVID because our community at that time really missed working out. They missed each other. They missed us. Yes, they even missed burpees and lunges and, and all of that, right? But mental health too. So we were like, okay, we need to do something. And then that's when we decided, okay, we can change our basement into a studio, live stream from there, but we need great software to help us do this. So that's how our relationship started. Yes. And then we moved to Stouffville, which is where we are now. And people started slowly to wanting to come out in person. Mm-hmm. So I actually found this space and I was renting it just 1 hour a week for a yoga class. And people were coming. And then it was 2 days a week. And then it was 3 days a week. And it just started to explode like that. And then in time, the landlord of the building was like, well, do you want to just be here all the time? And so I said, hey, I think we're opening a yoga studio. So cool. And here we are in this building. It's been very wonderful in the fact it's grown with us. So we started just with one studio. And then in time, we've taken a second space in the same building, a third space in the same building. And now this entire building is yoga and fitness. So we now have a second studio and many other offerings. So from small beginnings, it's grown very quickly.
Yeah, that's so cool. This is really the first time I'm hearing a story where you actually started from virtual, and then during the pandemic, this was a very challenging time for many fitness, but you managed to grow and prosper through that challenge. And then you went into brick and mortar, and then now you have a beautiful space with multiple rooms and studios. I mean, incredible story. I think it's a testament to you both about how passionate you are, and you just, that caringness, I guess, that you bring forward. What are some of the success for you? What were those sort of differentiators that kind of foster this amazing place that you've built?
Yeah, I think Nikki used the word community and that support and wanting to be part of that. That's something that we kind of took and ran with during the pandemic, and obviously we had the virtual side. So for us, we didn't want it to be a short-term alternative. We wanted it to be something, this is a viable option that you can continue to do long-term. If you don't, maybe go back to a bricks and mortar studio. If you do, that's great. And we've held true to that. And I think that's been a big differentiator. So half of our membership base is still virtual. We still deliver virtual classes. We now have hybrid. So we have people in the studio, we have people at home, and they're all part of that community. So for us, I think bringing that together and having people spend time with other people, like-minded people, and us as well. We moved to this town where we opened our bricks and mortar studio to get community for us and our family. And we've just seen that kind of bleed into the business, and everyone really is part of that kind of family. And as a business, not just from a community standpoint, but a business where people want to be included in everything you do. That's how you can be successful. And a lot of the revenue we generate is because people come for one thing, they do another. I was just joking earlier that, there's those people that just want to do everything. They don't even care what it is. There's an event on, there's a workshop, I'm doing it. I don't know what it is, but I'm in, and they want to sign up just because they want to be part of it. And that, I think, there's many factors, but that's definitely the biggest one.
Awesome. And I know that I'm going to be taking a mat Pilates class, but you guys offer a variety of different, talk us through some of those classes and services that you offer.
Of course. We deliver yoga. That's really what we started with, and different forms of yoga. And we've always kept it very simple in the yoga that we offer, in naming it or describing it as a way through the class on how you feel. So rather than using the traditional names like a Hatha yoga or Iyengar yoga, which may mean something to somebody, but most of the time we find for the general public, it's confusing. So for us, we simplified what our yoga was called to bring people in. So we have slow flow yoga, we have yin yang yoga, we have power yoga, right? So all of these names that will allow you to choose which classes you want to come to on how they make you feel. Mm-hmm. Then we started adding in some Pilates. So Gareth's background is Pilates and I'm yoga. And again, we wanted to simplify that too. The industry, as wonderful as it is, it does like to reinvent itself, and then it kind of spirals out of control sometimes. Yeah. But we wanted to keep things very simple and make sure that people could come in and feel successful. However, within each class, there is always still opportunities for more challenge as well. So then we introduced Pilates, and now we've just launched in September an even bigger offering. So now we are yoga and fitness studio. So we're welcoming in other classes like bar classes, TRX classes, metabolic conditioning, all of these kind of things. So we now have this well-rounded schedule where an individual could try them all. Maybe they just come for the yoga, maybe they just come for the Pilates. But if you look at the schedule, as a whole, it's well modulated. So you could come every single day and try something different, and that should give you a well-rounded fitness experience.
Very cool, very cool. So something for everybody.
That's it. That's what we try to do.
And the types of folks that come, kind of describe the community that you've built.
Yeah, I mean, I think for us, when we looked at starting a business and who did we want to attract, and finding out as much about marketing as we could, the understanding was you choose a market, you stick to it, other people filter in. So we were like, what's the easiest market to go for? And for us, it was, well, we're busy parents, we're running a business, we're looking after our child, we've got the dog, we've got the house, and we're like, everyone else is kind of like us in our age range. So we really went after that market, helping busy parents move more, feel good in whatever capacity that is for them. So I think, people with young, or any children, but people, generally families with children is a big kind of draw for us. And we find a lot of our membership base comes from that. And then as a result of that, sometimes we get their elder children coming in as well for the younger market. The grandparents are coming in because they're also helping manage kids, right? Everyone's trying to make it work and navigate life. So everyone kind of trickles in, and it's been able to expand. So lots of mums and dads with young children who we just connect with, and that's been really the kind of target. And that seems to have created that community because we're all like-minded.
But also suits our model of the hybrid, because we understand kids get sick, cars break down, things happen. So this way you don't have to miss a class. You can join us at home in your basement, and your kids can still run around and do their thing, right?
Yeah.
If you can't make it in person, that's okay. Like, we get it, we understand. Log on online, don't miss your class, see us that way. We'll see you back here next week. So just having that empathy and that understanding of, yeah, I get it. Life happens, but you know what? This is here for you. Keep moving, keep breathing, stay connected to yourself. It's important you don't lose that me time as a busy parent and a busy professional.
For sure. And I think a lot of businesses out there kind of forget about that whole virtual piece and kind of abandon it after COVID. But you guys really embrace that, and it's a significant part of your revenue. And I guess one of the big advantages is you're not really restricted to your area, right? You can get clients from all over the world participating in your classes.
That's it. And we do. Being from the UK, we have some members who log in, they figure out the time difference somehow, and they join us online. And when we very first moved to Canada, our market, our community was actually downtown Toronto. So those people are still with us even now. And then we have a few people in different provinces as well. So it's so wonderful that, it doesn't limit our business growth, but it also doesn't limit the size of our community. So we can welcome in anyone and everyone.
So cool, so cool. And the husband and wife, I see you guys are really like one, right? But it's really cool to see, because when two people kind of come together, it's almost like you birthed this together, right? You made this together. You put your heart into it together. Like, talk us through some of the amazing things that happen when you guys are working together.
There's definitely lots of amazing things, some not so amazing things. The one thing for us, I think, is the dynamic, because we're very, they're very different. The old saying that opposites attract, and that's definitely us. We're very different personalities, and Nikki kind of alluded to that, where she's like, we're opening a yoga studio, and I'm like, well, I'm coming along for the ride. But the reality is, I may not have done that off my own back. Like, that's not really my approach. Like, I'm a little more safe, a little more methodical. I kind of think things through. So for us, I think it happens where, Nikki's kind of the accelerator and I'm the brake, and just like getting anywhere in your car, you need both, right? You got to navigate stuff. So I think for all the acceleration that you create, I can create that deceleration as well when it's needed. And it just balances. We also share the roles of the business too, right? We lean into what we're strong at. There's some of those those things we do in solitude as a business, like having to renovate, having to, touch up the paint or fix the door, where those things really appeal to me and my personality. And then when something's, you know, creative, or we need conversations with people, or there's connection needed, like that's really Nikki's strength. So she leans into that side of it and bringing that personality out. And as I always joke, all the human resources. So everyone likes what they like, right? So I always lean away from those things. I lean into the things that I love. So that's, I think what you see in here is the result of that relationship. And, you know, communication, and just communicating that and understanding whose role, you know, what role is whose, and how we can, you know, kind of mold that together to create this great experience for everybody.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I know in my life, like my wife, she's actually here. She's going to be doing the class with me, and so historically, wellness living has really been all about fitness. Like that has been, you know, sort of where my passion lies. Then my wife came in, and her experience at being a registered nurse and a nurse. So she was doing a lot of Medi-Spa. She's working in a Medi-Spa. So we're like, well, Medi-Spas can also benefit from wellness living. So it's kind of like you get two people together and you get, you know, magic happens. So
Yeah,
very
absolutely.
cool. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about the software, right? Because I know that's a really, really important thing, especially when you guys were virtual at first. You had to kind of, what are you going to do? Software, like it was really difficult. There's not a lot of options at the time during COVID. So what did you guys do, and how did you stumble upon wellness living? And why wellness living?
Yeah, well, we did that. We did that little bit of research, as you do. You go out, you kind of test the market, you see what's available. You know, we booked some demos, and you know, we kind of chatted to people, and we had a lot of time on our hands, as we all did at that time. So we had that opportunity to research and find out what options they were. And for us, from day one, there was a really nice connection with the people at Wellness Living that we spoke to. We felt connected to that. It was important to us, but also the features available just suited us. We knew that it had to be frictionless. People were under a lot of stress, so stressing people out with, are you going to send me a link for the workout? How do I get on? Is it this? Is it that? What platform? And no one really knowing, right? Logging onto a WhatsApp call or a, you know, like something that wasn't streamlined. We knew that was frustrating for people when we spoke to people. So we wanted it to be seamless, and having a custom app, having the ability for people to book, to log on and join right from their app, the on-demand library, so we could add additional things and kind of remove that obstacle that people might have. So no matter where you are, what time zone it is, you know, you can't get a live class, you can get an on-demand. So for us, it was really important. And right from day one, we felt that everything was there, but it felt right. And that was important, especially for Nikki. She was it has to be the right feel, and it has to offer what we want. So that's kind of why we made that choice. We went through, and other companies had some of the features, not others. And some looked like it would work really well for some things and not for other things, but we just felt like everything was there. And what I learned, you know, Future learned from, you know, coming on board and choosing Wellness Living was that it was ever evolving, which is what we really love too. And being part of, you know, some of those calls where I got invited to share feedback about, you know, different functions that were up and coming and give kind of feedback on that. That was so important to us, because you feel included in that process, and then you know you're ending up with something, you know, what you want, or something similar to what you want in a function. And we love that. Plus, a big thing for me, when you're running a business and, you know, it's you taking care of the back end, you need it to be efficient. And that for me was the sell. Like, someone always picks the phone up, or someone calls me straight back, and there's always a solution, and it's always quick, which is so important. And that's one of the big things that we really love.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. And we really appreciate your feedback. I mean, that's how we built the software, is from listening to studio owners, their feedback, what they want in a software, you know, and we have an entire dedicated team that's what they do, is just reaching out to studios and saying, hey, what can we do to make it better, make your lives easier, make your lives more efficient, and just streamline the process for you. Because we want you to spend as much time as possible away from the computer, away from the software, away from the admin stuff. Automate all that and spend time building that community, teaching classes, getting people healthy, fit, and happy.
That's exactly it. And that was the feel we got from day one. And, you know, in the nicest way, that should just take care of itself. But because it's such a huge part of our business, we've also got to give that to somebody we trust. Yeah. And that was it for me, right? Like, if I can trust that this company and the people behind it will look after our members, then this is great. So it is almost like another staff member to us, right? Wellness Living is our administrator and make sure that our ship can sail smoothly. Meanwhile, then, like you said, we can get on coaching and connecting with people and building our community.
Yeah, your success is really our success. You know, when you're successful and grow and open up other locations and grow as a studio, I mean, we ourselves are successful. So it's amazing what you've done here. And I want to thank you again for referring so many businesses. Like, you're one of our top referrers. So thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, in general, about 20% of our new customers come by way of referrals by other business owners. So, you know, we like to pay you rather than paying, you know, the pay-per-click advertisers out there and all of that. So it's been an amazing ride, and I'm super looking forward. You're going to take me around the tour, and then we're going to do a class. So yeah, let's get to it. All right, Nikki, so show me around. What do you got going on?
Yeah, come on in. So this is our main entranceway where members can obviously get ready, store their things, chat, get super pumped for the class. Over here, I like to feature local other female entrepreneurs. So all of these businesses are Stouffville businesses run by local women. So they have the opportunity for free to come in here and show everybody what they do. And our members, of course, love this stuff and they appreciate it as well. And of course, you know, we've got to have our own merchandise and swag available too. So this is kind of this area and just a communal seating area.
I love the idea of getting local other businesses kind of in here too. So that's really cool. Like, their products, focusing on them and again, building that whole community.
Absolutely. And it's important to me as a fellow, you know, business owner and also being a woman. I think it's important that we give that platform to other women stepping forward.
100%.
Cool, come on through. So this is our strength and conditioning studio. So in here, we offer one-on-one personal training. We offer small group personal training. So we take a maximum of 8 people. Mm-hmm. And although it's a group, it still gives us enough time to get to each person and offer that technique correction, that support, that motivation, whatever they need in that moment. And then of course, one-on-one with clients. Look at this huge, wonderful space. And what we really love about this space is it's private. So we can commit 100% dedication and focus to people in this room without being distracted by other people that you may see in a big box gym. Being a smaller boutique studio, then this area is yours while you're here for that workout.
I see kettlebells, I see the sled, like really cool, like functional fitness type.
That's it. And our program, Knock Lift, is a 6-week progressive periodized program. So in each session, there's progression through the movements that you do, and that we also complement it with strength and conditioning training. So on the conditioning days, like you said, the sled comes out, the battle ropes come out, and then on our strength days, kettlebells, dumbbells, and even the use of the TRX.
Oh, very cool, very cool.
Cool. So this is our downstairs studio. This is our latest addition.
Love it.
To the Knock Academy. So I'm going to take you upstairs now.
Okay.
Upstairs is our main group fitness studio. Yeah, feel free, lead the way.
Okay.
The upstairs studio is where we originally started. If you remember the story of I just rented it once a week.
Uh-huh. Oh, cool.
And when I rented it, it didn't look like this at all. So we have spent a lot of time, blood, sweat, and tears in renovating this space. This building historically in Stouffville has always been something to do with fitness. So it was a dance studio before, karate was in here as well, and then another dance studio. So the ballet bars are original. They were always here in the mirrors. So a lot of it was already set up. And the moment I stepped into this place, it just had an energy about it already. It just felt so good. And then we could just build on top of that by making it more conducive to a yoga space.
Yeah, I love it. It's a nice, very large room, and I love the original. What these are the ballet bars? Is that...
They were ballet bars, but we use them now for our bar conditioning class.
Right. Amazing.
And we like to make sure that we have everything that a member would need. So we're fully stocked on equipment. So we have BMATs and Half Moon products. So making sure that the quality is there. And we also have a difference of yoga mats, knowing some people like a bit more cushioning, some people like less cushioning and like to stick to their mat. So everything here is free for our members to use.
Awesome. Amazing space. But you also have an RMT right on the premises.
That's right. It was important to us that we offered a healthy, holistic approach. So not just looking at the physical aspect, but mind, energy, full body. So RRMT also does Reiki, energy healing, and chakra balancing too.
Awesome. So it's really synergistic to the other services you're offering. Awesome. I love it. And I'm super excited for the class coming up. So yeah, let's get ready for that.
Let's do it.
All right.
Hey, it's Gareth here. Just going through a few of the main features that we use on a daily basis. So I'm just in the dashboard here, which is where we spend probably most of our time in the software. It just shows the bookings for all of the classes that we have running today. And you'll see there that we have multiple classes, both the in-person and the virtual running at the same time. So these are hybrid classes that we'll offer. And members have the option to then book either or, getting a link sent to them via the virtual or the booking, the confirmation via in person, depending on how they're looking to attend. And we track pretty much all of our bookings via, we just run the business from our iPad generally in the studio, where we can track attendance, where we can tick off whether people are attended, whether they're early cancels, late cancels, etc., or whether they're no-shows. And that's all typically done right from the iPad, which is actually where we stream all of our hybrid classes from in the studio too. So it's really simple to manage. It's there right at everyone's fingertips during class. And that's mainly where we would utilize the dashboard, and also see that we've got our dashboard set up just with our kind of favorite features as well there. So we've got our sales report, our bookings, and then recurring membership payments. And then the other one that we track quite heavily there is the intro sold. So we have a 7-day trial membership. So we use this to track kind of who's been in for the trial on a monthly basis, making sure that we're following up with everybody. And then lastly, the other thing I like to have on there is the email history. This just makes sure that everyone's getting everything they should be getting, and stuff that they maybe shouldn't be. So it just helps us keep a track, see who's opening stuff, and also when we're sending automated marketing, it just gives us a snapshot of who's opening things and what's getting read and what isn't. So that's one of the main things that we utilize on a daily basis. A couple of the other things that we really like, so going into our setup here, one of the features we really enjoy is forms. So I'm just going to pull that up here. Just here, you can see that we've used multiple types of forms. There's a big list where there's initial questionnaires that we use for personal training. We've got check-ins for a nutrition and lifestyle program, and all of our terms and conditions for our memberships here. We find this a really, really great way to continually track, but also update terms and conditions when they need to, which means people can go in. We can also set up with one of the newer functions where we can constantly send reminders for our forms, which is really, really important because some people miss those things on registrations, or if we're registering them in studio, sometimes they don't go through and sign those terms and conditions. So we need to make sure that we're constantly reminding them. We love using it as an intake form. For us, it's a really useful tool that we can use because we're able to then export that into a PDF, which I can then share with the trainer that the person's assigned to, so they'll know exactly what they're walking into and their new client. And it's really a really great feature that's easy to drag and drop and create. So whatever it is that you're looking to put in there, you can add images to it, and it's just been such a great tool to cover all bases, and the fact that it's all here in one spot is excellent too. The other thing I'm going to run through here that has helped us a lot with the growth of our business is the ability to schedule our events. So I'm just going to pull it up here in services. So a lot of our products are sold either as an individual workshop, or our small group personal training program is sold on a 6-week basis. So having the ability here to go in and schedule events. So you can see we have our strength training program right here. And I'm actually just going to set one of these up for December. So once the product is created and it's able to be personalized, so we can personalize the different purchase options that are associated to it. Pricing, we're able to offer a discount to our regular members who also attend for our other classes. So when they come into small group training, we're able to set a preset discount for them, which is really useful, that we don't have to do that independently or give a discount code for it, which is great. And then we can personalize everything right down to the receipts they get, the booking privileges, and also allowing makeup sessions, which has been great too. When you're running a program like we are with multiple sessions a week, we're able to move people around, which is another great feature that we utilize very often as people have mixed schedules. So it's good to be able to offer that and make sure people get the most out of their investment. I love how easy it is to manage the schedule. So you'll see everything here that is already pre-scheduled. It shows me how many sessions are complete. So for example, we just started a new round here on our Saturday morning group, and we're just one session in, and it gives me the full details. Something we've been utilizing a lot in the bookings for our small group personal training is the publish date, which is an excellent feature. So we have a rule where every 6-week block on the last session of week 4, so once their 4 weeks are complete, we're able to schedule. So for example, you'll see here we've got a 7 p.m. session on a Wednesday night. 5 minutes before the end of session number 4, so on week number 4, right when the coach is wrapping up and going into the stretch for the session goes live. So that's where the coach says, hey everyone, we're going to stretch, we're going to do a cool down. Grab your phone, open up the app, and you can renew right now, and you're going to get priority, so you know you've got your spot ready for next time. This has been an excellent tool for us to increase revenue and get people signed in ahead of time, so they're being consistent. You know, we're being consistent with the revenue we're creating, but they're also being consistent, and they know they're set up for the next round. So this is a really great feature that we love, and we've been using it for many different things, not just events, but other programs as well that we run, and having to have those published dates, and also making things disappear when we need to as well, which is also really helpful. So with the small group training, I'm actually just going to set up a block here, just going to walk through the process of how simple it is. So we've got a group coming up in December, and this one's actually a little bit unique because it's actually only going to be for 3 weeks because of the Christmas break. So you'll see here we have our studios loaded already. So once we put that in, they auto-populate, and we're able to assign them into the different studios and spaces we have. We can set the duration, and then as we go through, you'll see that you can set it up for multiple dates. So this one's going to be December, and it's going to be just for 3 weeks. It's a twice-a-week session. There we go, there's the calendar. So December the 3rd till December, this one is a Tuesday and a Friday, so this one's gonna go right up to a couple of days before the holidays. And then again, we've got published dates. So again, the published date, we're setting it up for December, starting in December here. So our 4th session is gonna be the week prior to that, will be week 6, so it'll be week 5, and then week 4. Last session of the week on week 4 is when we're going to publish it, and the class is 10:30 till 11:20. So I'm going to set up here for 11:20. So 5 minutes before the session ends, this is going to go live, and that's going to mean exactly. So when we're wrapping up that session, our coaches know it's week 4. It's time to get renewals in. It's going to go live, and they're going to be able to grab their phone and we like people to do that because it's simple to go through the custom app. It makes it simple. They can literally just click through 3 or 4 taps, and they're booked in, ready to go. This one is my group, so gonna just throw me in as the coach. And that is how simple that is. So now done, you see we've got your 3 weeks here assigned. It's 0 of 6 sessions, so this is created so we can put the right amount of sessions in, and then the correct purchase order option can be assigned to it when they go through the booking procedure, which will be 6 sessions. And then those 6 sessions are just assigned directly to the event booking. So that's just some of the features that at the Knock Academy we use on a daily basis. And Wellness Living is creating this platform, simple to use and easy and effective for us to run our business and be successful.
All right, Nikki, Gareth, amazing class. I had such a good time, and I kind of used muscles that I haven't used, I think, ever before. Awesome. So it was a lot of fun, and I think this is the first mat Pilates class I ever took.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So I hope I didn't embarrass myself too much, but I'm starting to feel it already. So yeah, thank you so much. It's been amazing really meeting you both, and your story is really resonated with me, and I'm sure it resonated with the audience. You guys did amazing, and I'm just so happy for you, and I'm so happy to be part of this journey with you.
Thank
So,
you.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Big hugs.
Yeah.
Yay!
All right. All right. Wow, this was a fun one. I so much enjoyed it. The Knock Academy Yoga and Fitness Studio in Stouffville. Guys, if you are anywhere near Stouffville, Ontario, Canada, you absolutely have to check this place out. You know, I did a Pilates class, a mat Pilates class, but they offer so much more. There's personal training, there's boot camp fitness classes, there's kettlebell classes, sled pulls, all kind of, there's an RMT on staff. I mean, incredible place. And what a story. Nikki and Gareth, incredible husband and wife duo, created this amazing place, and I couldn't be happier to visit with them today. It's just an incredible place. So guys, look, if you are a Wellness Living customer and you want me to visit you at your studio, put your comments down below. Get in there. I want to come and see you. Now, if you're not already a Wellness Living customer, I mean, what can I say? Get a demo, please. It takes like 20-30 minutes of your time. It's going to completely revolutionize, transform your business. You owe it to yourself, you owe it to your business to go check us out. So go to our website, there's a link in the description. Check it out, book a demo. You know, we're the software company with a heart. You owe it to yourself and your business to see what we're all about. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure that you like and subscribe this video. It helps with the algorithm. Till next time, everybody, bye for now.